Welcome to CareSmart's 360 On Air Home Care Podcast. I'm Dennis Gill, Senior Sales Consultant at CareSmarts. So today I'm thrilled to announce none other than Ian Bongaardt, the ingenious CEO and owner of Comfort Keepers of Delaware County, Montgomery County, and Chester County, and a respected member of the National Advisory Council of CK Franchising Incorporated. With more than 18 years of experience in senior care, Ian has built a culture of compassion, innovation, and results that truly elevates the human spirit. So, under his leadership, his team of over 200 professionals is redefining what it means to age at home. So, by creating joyful, personalized, and tech forward care experiences, he empowers seniors to remain connected, engaged, and independent, no matter the evolving challenges they face. So, in Ian's unique blend of empathy, operational excellence, and forward thinking strategy makes him a trailblazer in the industry. So get ready for an enlightening conversation about why everyone's talking about the home healthcare boom. Welcome to the podcast, Ian.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
No, thank you. It's great that we are able to connect with you today, and I hope our listeners will benefit from our session, this podcast that we have for you today. Okay. So, Ian, straight away, I'll jump on with the first question that I have for you. That how have you been seeing shifting marketing demands and technological advancements reshape the expectations for home care services over the past few years? Your comments on that.
Sure. Expectations have gone, way beyond just, the basic care. The families and the clients, they want, transparency, responsiveness, personalized care, a lot more than they have in the past. And, technology has helped us do that, from remote patient monitoring to Bluetooth sensors, mobile apps for the caregivers to update families. It helps us, stay proactive
Okay.
on that side, and also the recruiting side is just as important, with technology, different technologies. And, we're not just hiring people, we're kind of doing a little mini matchmaking service. So
Okay.
it's making sure they have the real values and, empathy, care.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Really good to hear that. And what specific strategies can home care agencies implement to create personalized care experiences that meet both client and family expectations? Really important.
Sure. Yeah, and what we do isn't very complicated, but it's not easy either. So really starting with listening and figuring out what the goals of that client and that family are, and how do we achieve them together.
Hmm.
Involving the families, not just the client, but the son or daughter or spouse in that, and total care plan, of the client to keep them home, and getting the little details right of maybe what TV shows they like to watch, what
Hmm.
games they played when they were younger and they still want to play, or um, uh, activities they like to do, and that they can do to the best of their abilities now.
Okay. And do you have a fixed thing for that, creating that, or it obviously changes with every client or every family that you meet, right?
Correct. Yep. It's a very personalized experience and a personalized care plan. It's different for everybody, even if they're neighbors or something like that. Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Got that point. And what role does empathy, as opposed to solely operational excellence, play in defining successful home care in today's evolving landscape, according to you?
Um, it's empathy and operational excellence are both non-negotiables.
Hmm.
Without empathy, you're just checking boxes. You're just checking off tasks, doing things, and you really miss the opportunity to connect with the senior, or their family member.
Hmm.
But also, if you don't have operational excellence, you can't be in this industry or in business for a long time. So you still have to have the solid operations of scheduling, compliance, uh, recruiting, all of that. You know, neither are more important than the other. You have to have both for
And
sure.
obviously, they both go hand in hand. Obviously,
Correct,
it is
100%.
required. I think it's required in all the businesses now, but home care specifically, I would say empathy is there because operational excellence obviously is required in every place, every sales or
Absolutely,
every business that is there. But yes, empathy is a very important thing in the home healthcare side.
100%.
Okay, and could you discuss in detail a little bit about how partnerships with healthcare providers and local leaders have helped to deliver continuity of care amid the ongoing transformation?
Yeah, they're truly, important. If you're trying to care for the whole senior,
Hmm.
you've got to have relationships with um, pharmacists, home health care, hospice agencies, discharge planners, the Veterans Administration, if they're a VA, elder
Hmm.
law attorneys, financial planners. You name it. You're trying to really build that team around that senior.
Right.
Because at least one of our goals is to have that son or daughter, family member to remain in that role and not have to become the um, care coordinator or the quarterback. We really want to take on that role for them.
Okay, okay. So obviously all these things that are required, like you said, VA, pharmacists, everything, they are required at every point. And if they're working in tandem and
Absolutely.
hand in hand, so that's really helpful for this ongoing
Yep.
transformation that is taking place
Absolutely.
now.
Yeah, absolutely. Some seniors or family don't know what they don't know too.
Sorry.
So being able to introduce them to somebody who specializes in VA services, if they're a veteran that they had no idea were available to them,
Hmm.
really provides some added value and support to that family that they didn't know they needed.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Yeah, that's really good to know, and that's really positive to know for our listeners too. And
Mhm.
finally, what key insights or data points should home care agencies consider as they navigate or capitalize on the booming home healthcare market now?
I'll go back a little bit to
Sorry.
that operational excellence. No worries. You have to know your numbers. You have to know your revenue, your hours, your
Hmm.
average revenue per employee, your average bill rate, your gross margin, your number of intakes, your conversion percentages for those, your number of applicants. You really have to know those numbers cold to be able to make sure you're operating efficiently and targeting your ideal clients. There's a lot of macro trends coming around. Maybe Medicare Advantage getting into our space, or some EAPs, and being able to see those shifts and understand how they affect your data and your numbers,
Hmm.
both at a high level and an individual client level, is important. Otherwise, you're going to be chasing everybody else rather than uh, leading the pack. Absolutely.
Okay, okay. And for comfort keepers, you've into the skilled and non-skilled side both, or only the home healthcare only?
Only the home care, the non-skilled side. We
Non-skilled side.
we're only
Okay.
non-skilled. Yep.
Okay, okay, only the non-skilled side. And just to sum all this conversation up, the reason for this session as it was there, so why everyone's talking about the home healthcare boom, just your few inputs on this thing that may be of a help for our listeners. Any inputs from your side, finally?
It's um, it's a great industry um, where you can do a lot of good
Hmm.
and make a real impact on the lives of the seniors in your community, and also still make money as well. Both sides are important, um, and to make sure you stay on top of the trends of what's going on, not just in your community but also nationally or globally as well.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. So, thank you for your time today, Ian, and I hope our listeners did find this very informative. And basically, what I understood is like empathy and the operational excellence, they go hand in hand, and all the other players that are out there in the market, like VA veteran associations that are out there, or pharmacists, and they all work in tandem to bring this industry at a level where it is totally helping the seniors and also helping the agencies earn some money.
Yep, absolutely. I'm a firm believer of healthcare is coming back in the home. So whatever we can do to keep them in their home as long as possible.
Great, great, great. So thanks again, Ian, for your time today, and to our lovely audience, thank you for tuning in. Until next time, I'm Dennis Gale signing off.